You can now make online payments to Divisional Secretariat Mawatagama via GovPay.
President Anura and the Sri Lankan delegation arrived in the United States last night to participate in the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Upon arrival at John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York, the president was received by Sri Lanka's permanent representative to the United Nations, former Chief Justice Jayantha Jayasuriya, along with other officials and members of the Sri Lankan community. President Dissanayake is scheduled to deliver his maiden address at the UN General Assembly at 1 a.m. Sri Lanka time tomorrow morning. In the lead up to his address, the president participated in a series of high-level meetings. Notably, he met with the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, at the UN Secretariat yesterday. During the meeting, the High Commissioner commended Sri Lanka's recent progress in the area of human rights. President Dissanayake also engaged in bilateral talks with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, focusing on strengthening diplomatic and economic ties. In another key meeting, he met with US President Donald Trump's Special Representative for South and Central Asia, Sergio Go, to explore enhanced cooperation in trade, investment, tourism, and other areas of mutual interest. The president is also expected to hold further bilateral discussions with the United Nations Secretary General and several other heads of state. Additionally, he will attend a special gathering with members of the Sri Lankan diaspora in the United States. Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath, accompanying the president, held talks with U.S. Assistant Secretary of State Alison Hooker for constructive discussions on strengthening bilateral cooperation and shared priorities. He also met with Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to strengthen bilateral cooperation and reaffirm close ties. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump's speech to the United Nations General Assembly yesterday garnered international attention as he delivered pointed criticism of the UN and its operations.
I ended 7 wars. It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them. What is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential. They seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve.
Notably, President Trump delivered his speech without the aid of a teleprompter, which was reportedly not functioning at the time. Another moment that drew widespread attention was the escalator malfunction as President Trump entered the UN headquarters.
And I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. And that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
Meanwhile, French President Emmanuel Macron, who was heading to the French embassy after his address to the United Nations was delayed for about 30 minutes in Manhattan traffic, as roads were temporarily closed to accommodate President Trump's motorcade. Macron had contacted Trump directly, but his efforts did not result in any relief from the traffic disruption. Macron then walked to the French embassy, which took about 30 minutes.